Hey there, good evening, everybody, and welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. Or if you are over there on Goodman Games Official, hello. We are 20 Sides to Every Story, and this is a second session of our early playthrough of Temple of Elemental Evil. So we're really excited to have you join us at the virtual table here and get kind of a sneak peek, an early preview of some of this material. So what we are, 20 Sides to Every Story, is a gaming community. We have a Discord, so if you are looking to come hang out with us and talk all sorts of nerdy in between the streams, please do come and join us in the Discord. We've also got not only a great crew of people just hanging out most times a day, talking about our love of tabletop and D&D and DCC and all those good things, but it's a great place to find games and other people. So if you're looking for a game, hop on over to the Discord. We've got people posting games in our LFG channel quite frequently. If you'd like to play in a game like this, that is also a possibility. We've got signups. This is sort of an open campaign where every session is likely to have a different composition of players playing in it. The story, we get updates happening in our server. We've got some in between the sessions RP happening. So there's a lot of different ways that you can interact with this game. Signups are always coming out for it. We typically have these sessions going on Friday nights, although on occasion, if I've got an open Monday or something, we've got a Monday game that's looking for players. So what you can do to get in on a game is come and join us in the Discord and check out the game signups channel within our server. And what I do is we've got a Patreon page, and I always let our Patreon supporters get kind of the first crack at getting into the games, so I let them sign up first. But then when I've got openings in the game, I let anyone else in that hasn't had a game quite yet for the month. So, and thank you for the follow, Ray Tool. Huzzah! We appreciate that. That's the other way you can support, is just by giving us a follow, so you can get notifications when all the different games that are happening on the channel pop on. So happy to have you. Yeah, again, big thanks to Goodman Games for giving us the opportunity to play some of this stuff. We really appreciate getting the chance to dig into it a little bit early. If you're looking to get the book, that won't release until August. So until then, you can come hang out with us on Friday nights and see what it's like all about, and get ready to prepare your own game of Temple of Elemental Evil once that comes out. So thanks for the cheers. Yes, love Goodman Games. Thank you. Spoilers, absolutely. Well, I don't know. There's a significant amount of my own spin on this, so I don't know if it's spoilers or not necessarily. So, anyways, we've got 5 adventurers here. We're going to be introduced to in short order, but kind of the setup where we're starting out. If you caught us last time, we got kind of a little bit of an introduction to Hamlet. And now we're going to be opening things up at the Tavern of the Stumbling Ogre. So you 5, you've all now arrived in the village of Hamlet in search of adventure, or at the very least, in search of a job, some way to make some coin. News has traveled far and wide that Hamlet is hiring, at least in the eyes of the wizard Byrne and Rufus the warrior, who are 2 individuals who have been given authority by the Viscounty of Verbobank. These 2 individuals, they've been placed in charge of the village, so to speak, and are currently in the midst of constructing a castle on the southeast side of the village to watch over this area, which has been plagued by all sorts of troubles, not the least bandits and such on the road. It is no secret that the villagers here in Hamlet, especially some of the folk that have roots in this village for generation after generation, they sort of resent the fact that this wizard has rolled into town, and this authority from this noble that they have no relationship with, has decided that he's going to place these two kind of in charge of things and supersede their customs and ways of governing themselves. But these sentiments are easy for Byrne, the wizard, and Rufus to ignore, as they hold all the cards. They hold much of the power here. And they've got a full mercenary company at their backing, the Burns Badgers. And they're a professionally trained team, unlike the local militia that is really just the farmers picking up second shifts after their day jobs to sort of watch over things. But tonight is the eve of a festival that is to take place tomorrow. The Festival of Verdantia, which is a holiday revered by those who follow the Old Faith. Religious customs that are much more in reverence to nature and sort of druidic types of faith than worshiping specific deities or anything like that. They worship the natural world. Their priests are druids, and the spiritual leader of this community is a druid named Jaru, who seems to be on everyone's lips tonight. The bar is packed because farmers and shepherds from not just like the immediate vicinity of Hamlet, but from pretty far and wide have gathered here in Hamlet to enjoy this festival and bring offerings to the green tree, such that to give thanks for the harvests that they are currently taking in. And so that's kind of the buzz that's happening right now in the tavern. So I think this is probably a good place. You've all kind of already identified each other as adventurers. You're in the midst of talking about how you might be able to come together and maybe find a job or work together to hit up your next big score, whatever that might be. So I think right here we're going to introduce our characters. And so one by one, I don't have like a specific RP prompt for you, but maybe just give us kind of your name, class, race, and maybe what some of your characters' thoughts are about the adventure that you should take on together, and any other details that you want to give us about your character. And I think we will start. I think we better start with Humboldt, just because everyone else, the new arrivals, will give you a break. You don't have to break the ice here first. We'll have Casey take the hit on that. So tell us about Humboldt.
Sure. So Humboldt is a human. He is a barbarian, and he is professionally a matchmaker. But that needs a little bit more reputation than he has at the moment. So he and his donkey Odie have a cart that they travel about, helping folks with. Just recently, he's been hauling some firewood for Old Man Fenn out near the edge of town, and now, I think the most profitable opportunity he sees is to get trade going from the brewmaster of Hamlet out to Verbonbach. Um, and so go stop by the Hairy Turtle, see what's slowing down the trade there. There should be a lot of people on the road right now, so must let chance of encountering bandits all by ourselves. Um, we might miss the festival though, which is kind of a bummer. Um, and his kind of plan B there, if we wanted to be here for the festival, there might be some griffin eggs left about that would be profitable to retrieve. Um, there were 2 griffins. There might now only be 1. That's much less dangerous. And the other 2 people didn't quite die. So, yeah.
It's familiar territory. Maybe not territory you're super eager to go back to, but maybe a little less risky.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a flying lion.
Right, because a regular lion
Why do
isn't
we fight?
scary
We fight
enough.
for the booty. Why do we rape? We rape for the booty. Why do we die? We die for the booty.
It's got less teeth, more beak. So that's a benefit.
Did somebody just redeem something? Because I had Casey singing a little song in my head.
Whoa.
Was there a...
No, I
Is
just-
this a wandering monster song?
I just checked EXP, that's all.
Okay.
Well, if somebody redeemed a wandering monster, let me know, because I heard the sound for it, but didn't see a redemption. So, let me know. I wouldn't be surprised if Stream Elements is being goofy.
I promise I didn't do that.
Yeah, that's true. It could be somebody with access to our Stream Elements just messing with me right now. Oh, Cliff says he was the guilty party. So let me just see, because if we've got a wandering monster,
Did he already redeem
minute
something?
11 of the game.
I didn't see a redemption come through.
Quick. I'm gonna check the Stream Elements log just to see. You know, the thing is, it's Cliff, so I feel like I could disregard this and, like, what's the but,
Wow.
activity feed, here we go. I don't see that. I see Sith Lord Dave just redeemed everyone gets a reroll, so players...
Thank you.
I still am slacking and don't have a pool up on the screen here. Ooh, and I get one too. So you'll all just players. You'll be tracking your own reroll, so you each have a reroll to use at any point during this session. It will expire at the end, so you use it before you lose it. Cool. I thank you for the cheers. Appreciate that. And
Why do we fight? We fight for the booty.
Thanks
Why do
for
we
cheers,
fight?
man.
We fight for the booty. Why do we die? We die for the booty.
So I do hear this Casey's beautiful voice in my head, but I do not see that redemption coming through. It took his points, so it should count. Okay. Well, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, and we'll throw a wandering. I'll throw a wandering encounter in here.
Throw a wandering griffin in there.
Not in this specific moment, but we will have an unplanned thing happen at some point during the night. So, cool. Assuming we get through character introductions, chat. So, next up, we have Udo Orlik.
Yeah, so Udo is a Goliath fighter. I guess here in Greyhawk, that's an Odorin or Odarin.
Yeah.
And he's a soldier. He's not too smart. He just he likes to break stuff. He's good at it. He's pretty strong. In terms of what we do to make money, he doesn't have too many thoughts about it. He just knows that break stuff good. If you want me to fight and stand in the front, I do stuff like that.
Cool. So you know where your role is, and there's that opens you up to so many different jobs. Most jobs that adventurers get into require that role, so that's perfect. Next up, we have Marcus.
Marcus is a half-elf fighter. Noble background, so he seems well dressed. Armor's still kind of clean. And say that at the moment he seems to be going over, I don't know, looks like some form of notes on the table where he's sitting. So despite clearly being physically capable, he does have studious inclinations as well.
All right. Well, we'll see if that armor remains so pristine by the end of this session. And
I know it won't.
It probably won't. Next up, we have Cali Hope.
Hi everyone, I'm Brian. I'm playing Cali Hope, and Cali is a tiefling sorcerer. She has somehow tapped into the wild magics, and so weird shit's gonna happen.
Sounds good. And last but certainly not least, the Witch's Sting.
So the witch's sting is in reference to this half elf's occupation more so than their name. They've in fact taken on the this personality through the training at the Temple of Weejas. He is a rogue and is being trained as kind of an enforcer for the Temple of Weejas. And yeah, he's a rogue type.
So that is the cast of characters that we have here tonight. You're all sitting together at the table. Likely some drinks have been purchased. It is the evening. And you're kind of going over your options. And while you are doing so, um, you maybe even are on the topic of it sounds like one of the ideas on the table is maybe to take upon and see if you might be able to acquire a few barrels of the ale from the local brewery, the Hairy Turtle brew house. And you hear that name actually happen. Like it sounds like somebody over at the bar is ordering something. And Humboldt, you might recognize the young lad because I'm going to move his token down there, but you recognize him as one of the farm hands that was out in the field when you first came into Hamlet. If you remember, Hroth, the elderly leader of the local militia, had kind of whistled, and there was a couple of farmhands out in the field, almost like they were at attention if there was some problem with you when you first walked in. And so he's up at the at the bar, and you can see the tavern owner, or at least the person that's behind the bar, is a fairly burly, dark-skinned man. He's got apron on that is just stained with various alcohols, likely, and you can see there seems to be some issue as they are not really having an argument, but having a conversation that isn't really sinking in for the young lad, who seems to be he's pounding his mug on the bar, and he's saying, "No, I want another one of these. I want another one of these." And you see the man behind the bar. He's just shaking his head, and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry there, Veltor, but I don't have any more of those. That you had, the kegs run dry. I can get you literally anything else but that." And you can see the young lad must be a few in, because he's not receiving the message, and he continues to make this demand for more of the Hairy Turtle brew that he so desires.
Well, not one to pass a gift horse, on without taking a peek. Should we ought to find out what's going on over there?
It's likely.
Sounds important.
Let's see. Not Otis. He said it just a moment ago. Valcor.
Veltor.
Valthor?
Veltor.
Valtor. Oh, Valtor. Hello.
And you say the name, you see the very thin man. He's probably 17, 16 years old. And he's got his mug in hand, and he just kind of sloppily turns around, barely standing on his 2 feet, and he says, "Hey, you say my name?"
Tried. Are you after a Hairy Turtle brew?
"I am. He's saying that there ain't no more."
They're the ones that's just up the ridge there, right?
"Hey, so you think I just walk up the ridge and knock on his door and I'll get some more?"
No.
That's a fine idea.
No, well? Huh.
I reckon it's still
I mean,
up?
I
You
was
might brew me some beer right here on the spot.
I'm not
Ooh.
a brewmaster myself, but I don't think that's how it's working.
Yeah, I
How about I take
don't
my cart and my friends, we go up, we fetch down a barrel or two, and then everybody can have some.
I like that idea. I let's go. I'll drive.
Eh,
before we go, I just have to ask if there's is it normal for them to be out by now?
It's like evening.
Or
It's
what are
like
the
it. You're probably kind of winding down.
and
You know, you've maybe been out traveling. Humboldt was out chopping wood earlier today, so it's
oh
late.
no, I meant like sorry, that's not quite what I meant. I was thinking like in terms of shipments of the beer, if is it late? Or
It
is a
is.
new one is it huh, okay.
Would it be too late to go get beer? Would we be being a pain in the
I
butt to
okay.
go grab some?
That's again, what I mean is I- are is there a shipment of it that should be here but isn't?
You are you asking this question to the barkeep or?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so you go up to who you probably know at this point. His name is Ostler Gundigoot, and he is the owner of the Stumbling Ogre. And he says, "Well, um, I seem to recall I had a conversation with the brewmeister several days ago. He was complaining that he hadn't received a shipment." From the farmer where he sources his barley, and that not so much that the brew was late, but he hasn't received any of what he needs to brew his beer.
Well, then if that's true, then it wouldn't then going to the brewery wouldn't make a difference.
eh, but perhaps he has a little bit set aside still that we could convince him to give up as part of a forward on going to fetch his barley for him. Then we make Valthor here happy. Of course, Osler, you'd be pleased. We'd get a good reputation out of it, you think?
Well, by all means, if you could get the brewmeister up and running again, this swill that I get from Nulb, it doesn't move as fast. So you'd have the first one would be on me if you could get the brewmeister working again.
Oh, Nolb is a place or a person?
It is it is a village. It is a community out east. Not such a good reputation, though. Steer clear of it if you can help it.
Bad beer, clearly.
Bad beer, and well, I wouldn't stay overnight there unless you got somebody to watch your purse for you.
Well, uh, I've got a good buyer of the beer in Verbombek, so if we can get it flowing again, that's profitable for everybody. Personally, I don't mind hauling barley about. Prefer it to, screeching death from above. And what's all you say? Again, screeching death from above, still possible. Just, you know, I don't know if any of you are touched by the gods as me last batch were.
Well, I can tell you, I have not I'm not one who's been touched by anything yet. So I'm game for trying to see if we can find the find this either the body or the or at least get a keg or even both.
Well, I figure if we don't, then this problem's just going to get worse, right? Well,
Can't be
if
staying
we
in an inn
don't-
with no beer.
Especially not during festival time. It'll get awful rowdy.
Yeah.
At least a bit, yes.
You know, as someone who studied history, I've read that, you know, if you don't bring decent beer to a festival, it does get pretty rowdy. So yeah, it's probably in our best interest to help.
Aye. Oh, and I could tie a barley sheaf or two up to the. Have you heard what they do at the festival? I was just about thinking that I was going to sound very mad if you didn't know what the festival was about. So anyway, I'll tell you later. Nothing we need to worry about now though. But we could pop up. It's early enough. We could get at least a start on it. Lots of pointy ears about. Who here can and can't see in the dark?
I can, in fact, see in the dark.
I can.
I sure can.
Okay, so
I'm guessing you.
I don't believe I can.
You cannot.
I cannot, not even a little, nor can my donkey. But we have lanterns.
I have the ability to cast to light something up for you, if you'd
Oh.
like.
That saved me a little bit
Well,
of
I
oil
certainly
money.
haven't heard of donkeys who can.
Vampire donkeys.
Devil donkeys. Devil donkeys are a thing, yeah.
Yeah. Dire donkeys. You'll have
Spiky
to talk,
bits. Yeah.
yeah, you'll have to talk to the Furbolg. He was the one interviewing my donkey earlier. He's about somewhere.
I should have the donkey crashing the tavern be the wandering encounter. But I won't.
Random donkey encounter.
No, donkey.
And in the morning, we're making waffles.
No, you're a donkey.
Okay.
Oh, firedogs. But so if we pop on up to the brewery, find out where we should be getting the barley. It's enough light we can get underway at least a bit if it's close. Maybe fetch it, be back. He'll have a night to get started. Pull us up one of the fine kegs from the reserve. Bring that back down. Good times to be had by all.
Oh,
Sounds
that sounds like
better
a plan. Yeah.
Better than drinking Nulb beer.
Yeah. It is not superior quality beer, that's for sure.
I actually can't tell the difference. But
Thanks for the follow, Elvaroda. Huzzah. Appreciate the follow. So it sounds like the plan is to head out onto out into the night and up the hill to where the Hairy Turtle brewery is. And you notice as you are leaving, Veltor still has his mug in hand and seems to think he's a part of the gang, and is kind of tagging along behind you. Anything that you wish to do about that?
I mean, he's not causing any trouble. As long as he doesn't ask for any money, I don't really have a problem with him tagging along.
Well, I don't need any money. I only need money if there is beer to be bought with it, and there ain't nothing. You can't call this swill beer. You said that the brewmeister might have some beer. I'm coming with you. Maybe he filled my cup. He's still not getting it. So he.
Yeah. So we've got a drunk traveling with. We're literally doing a beer run with a drunk. Got it.
Yes. Yep. It's college all over again.
Welcome to role playing in Wisconsin. Yep.
Maybe perhaps you want to stay back here and just protect the knob just in case that runs out or something.
So you make your way from the tavern and up to where the Hairy Turtle is, up on the hill. When I do that, does that like focus you in on the spot?
Hasn't loaded up for me yet.
I'm seeing the gray screen still.
Almost loaded.
Okay,
It
it
did
might
for me.
Yeah, might take a bit. So, you make your way up the road, and it is of course late, and so you don't see a lot of bustling of activity and whatnot up there as you're making your way up. You can see there is a rather large homestead that is right next to a much larger building that would seem to you to probably be the place where all the kegs and the brewing and the production and barreling and all that happens. On your way there, you probably are seeing some evidence of the festival preparations having not that there's people setting up tables and all of that right now, but that there was some work that had happened during the day to set up some tables, and many of the trees have ribbons and such decorating them to kind of signify that the festival is almost here. And so, yeah, you make your way up there. When you get to like the house, you're not getting a sense that there's any lights on inside. Likely, it would make sense that that probably everyone has retired to bed for the evening. But your friend that is with you seems to have no problem. He's gunning it for the front door of the house, and looks like he has intention to knock on the door.
Eh. Oh. One of you should probably tend to him. I'll see to the donkey.
I was gonna say I could grab him and stop him, but do we want to? I mean, I don't. You know, if it's gonna stop us from getting beer, if we think it's gonna stop us from getting beer, this drunk bothering people or
yes,
something,
he
then
probably
maybe
will stop us from getting a beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try to grab him. I'm pretty strong. I'll try to just wrangle him and be like, not yet. You know, hang on.
Okay, give me a strength athletics check. And thanks, holy follows. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. That's awesome.
Cool.
Thanks
So
for
just
stopping
a
by the
strength
stream.
here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I see
He's-
another wandering monster redemption.
No, he didn't have enough. He fell a little short of his goal.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
you only have 2,000. Oh, okay. Whew.
There's already one coming.
There's
Yeah,
already
let's
one
see.
coming, yeah. We'll load up the session with just random events. Okay, 22, no problem. He's pretty uncoordinated and such, so you grab hold of him. You're much bigger than he is. He is not going anywhere as you restrain him. Hey, what are you doing? Why hold me like that? Let's get the brewmaster out here and let's talk to him.
Let me try talking to him. Or not. Look, if we go about this the wrong way, he might say, "No beer for you," and that'll be the end of it. You don't want that, right?
I don't want that. I want some beer.
So do we. So shut up, or I'll squeeze harder.
Okay, I'll put myself on a 5-minute timeout.
Very good.
And he seems pretty compliant. He settles down and
Nice kid, but you know.
Yeah, so maybe like a polite little knock knock or a little ring of is there a bell pole or a
yeah.
something?
So you go and you ring the bell, and it there's a little bit of a delay. You know, it might be maybe a full minute or so, but at some point you see a little flicker maybe on the second floor of maybe like a lantern being lit. And you can almost, those of you that are watching it, kind of follow its aura through like the windows. And at some point the door does open, and you see a man with a very robust beard in a robe. Opens the door with weary eyes, holds the lantern up in your faces, and he says, "What in the blazes are you ringing the bell at this hour for? Who are you?"
We're we just came from the tavern.
Uh-huh.
Or,
There it is. A bunch of drunks.
We're looking. No, not drunks. We're just looking for a restock, trying to help out our fellow patrons. That's all.
Well, that one is certainly drunk, and he points at Valkyrie.
That one is certainly drunk, and that is why we are keeping him back, because we couldn't shake him.
yeah,
I've got him under control. He won't bother you.
What's this you say about wanting? There is no beer, save for that which I have aging. I have not been able to restart production. I haven't received any grain.
Okay, I suspected as much. Is there anything we can do to help you acquire more grain?
Well, I don't know. How are you at tilling a field? There's probably nothing you can do this season. However, well, I certainly don't know what has become of. There's really one farmer that I get all of my barley from. He lives some distance from here, out east along the high road, but I haven't heard from him. He should have been here with a shipment about a week ago.
So what you're saying is you need your most recent shipment of barley from your farmer contact.
That
Well,
is assuming
we've got
that
a
it
cart.
is out there. I can imagine a dozen different scenarios of what has happened, especially with the recent situations with bandits. It could be long gone. He could have been waylaid on the road. Who knows? But if you're saying that you're looking for work and you're willing to look into this for me, I very much appreciate someone looking into it and getting me an answer to what has happened. Even better if you can find the shipment of grain and you could bring it back. Well, then we're back in business, and I would be doubly appreciative.
Oh,
Of course.
the one,
More than happy.
one just little bit. I was wondering, while you do say you have some aging, is there any way that one could be brought up, even if it's not up to your exacting standards yet? The fellas down at the bar are drinking the stuff from Nob, and it smells almost as bad on the way down as the way back up. If you could just reach into that stock you have, maybe just an early edition, something maybe just not quite right. If we could send that down for this evening to tide them over, off and about, just brighten their spirits.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not good at those though.
I'd like to make an athletics check instead.
Could I convince
You got a reroll.
How about animal handling?
Would you like me to help?
I'll beer is very important during festival season. We'll blow the reroll. Though if you do have anything to add, I would recommend now's the time.
Yeah, I mean, with the festival coming up tomorrow and everything, it might be in your best interest to share what you might have with the townsfolk here, because you know what happens when the festival goes bad and you have terrible beer there. First of all, you don't get the name recognition. Second of all, riots break out, and you don't want that, do you?
So if you're hitting up this reroll, Casey, you could have advantage on it with the help.
Because riots. Woo!
There we go.
Much better.
So, the Braumeister, he says, well, the festival is not until tomorrow, but for the festival, perhaps I can spare a barrel, but for, this stuff is too good for drunken debauchery on a random night. But for the festival, I could be convinced to give a little something for the old faith.
Oh, that's properly nice of you. They probably do deserve the hangovers they're about to get from that stuff. It smelled a bit.
Well, and sometimes it is good to let them know what the alternative is. They can see that what they are paying with my product is very much well worth it. So, I am sure that you are likely to want to talk payment and terms for your work.
True.
Well,
Wouldn't make sense.
I appreciate you heading out that way to look in on Nathaniel. I'll pay you 10 gold each simply for undertaking this task and taking a look and seeing what you can bring back for me in terms of information. But really what I want is that barley. If you could bring that back to me, a cartload, enough that I might be able to start production again, I'll give each one of you a barrel of my finest, the Ninth Circle brew that I am currently aging. It isn't ready yet, but you'll want to wait because it'll be much more valuable to you if you allow me to bring it to completion.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it's fair, generous.
How long till it's at completion?
He tells you that he would want it to sit for another like 3 weeks or so, and that it would be the time when he says it would be ready.
Okay. Fair enough.
And Humboldt had kind of given you a sense of what this stuff is worth a bit, because he's got a buyer that's willing to buy it in Verbobank. And given the fact his deal was if he could go and purchase it and bring it back, the person that the tavern in Verbobank that wants it would pay 10 gold on top of what its value was. And its value is probably about 50 gold a barrel. So that could be a quest down the line. If you were able to acquire a few barrels of this stuff, you might be able to do a transport run to Verbobank.
We could do the Kessel run.
Only if we can do it in 3 parsecs.
All right, sounds like we're going to try and acquire some barley then.
Going barley shopping.
Mm-hmm.
It's all for the beer, though. It's for the greater good.
For the greater good.
For the
happiness
greater,
to the town.
For the greater beer, the beer good.
I was just going for a very obscure Hot Fuzz reference, but yep. Shall we?
So, the question becomes: would you wish to head out in the morning, or he gives you the indication that this is probably a few hours trek out to this farm.
Approaching a farm at night is probably a bad idea because farmer's probably sleeping. I mean, we don't want to wake him up, right?
Yeah, he's probably not going to take kindly to something like that, sneaking up on him in the night time.
Especially, with a drunkard tagging along with us.
I'm sure we can leave him by the side of the road somewhere.
Usually the farmers are asleep, but the scarecrows aren't.
That seems frightening as hell. Anyway.
A quick nap and a set out just before light, or are you all feeling particularly brave and thinking perhaps eggs for breakfast?
We could set out at first light.
Yeah, first light's probably.
If it's only a few hours away.
All right. I meant to do this at the beginning of the session, but essentially there's going to be 2 days that end up happening in this session. So just for upkeep and such, you can deduct 2 gold for like your lodging and food and kind of hand wave all that. But in the morning, you wake up and you get the sense that those farmers that did manage to wake up do indeed have pretty nasty hangovers from the low quality swill that they were drinking all night. But it is very quiet as you wake up in the morning and grab your breakfast and set out onto the road east of Hamlet. And so, oops, sorry. 1 second as I pull up some. I think I'll pull up a map just kind of the general area here for you all to kind of look at. Okay. So, I can't ping on this map. But basically you're taking that road out east and
The high road?
the high road, yeah. So the one the southern road that leads to Nulb. And it is the point that is marked 7 is where the Braumeister kind of indicates. You'll be able to see his farm off to the road on the southern side of the high road. And so as you head out, we got a wandering monster situation to resolve. And so we're going to do that while you're en route.
Thanks, Cliff.
This is all Cliff's fault.
Why do you suppose they call it the gnarly forest?
I don't know, but probably because the barley forest was already taken. Because there's a barley farm right by there.
Everyone knows it's like the most totally gnarly forest there is.
A gnarly, man. It's a forest.
Let's see. I've got
Maybe it's got lots of
wandering
gnarls?
encounter table somewhere here.
Do 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 do.
Do you think there's any relationship between the road being high and the forest seeming gnarly?
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
It might be. But if this is your time and it's my time, isn't it our time, High Priest Hand? That is an old person joke right there.
All right, I can't find it. So here's what we're going to do. As you're traveling on the road, you up ahead, I don't know, who's kind of, are you all just traveling together? Do you have someone that's kind of your point person that's scouting ahead? Tell me a little bit about your formation or how you're traveling together.
We're just traveling with a cart and a donkey. I guess I would say we'd just be kind of traveling in a group.
Kind of along.
That makes sense to me.
Those of you that are on foot are just kind of alongside the cart as it's traveling. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's say Zombie Joe, give me roll me a D6.
A D6, you say? Well, a 4.
Okay. Up ahead along the road, you see a lone figure in a wearing a grayish cloak, hood pulled up, and quarterstaff at hand, is walking along the road. He seems to notice you. He's probably up ahead some 120 feet or so. Spots you all and stops. He's kind of gazing down in your direction.
Oh, No, I was just going to say, if you happen to notice him limping a bit and he's got a stone in his shoe, that's apparently a sign of a gang around here. I don't know how you would check for that, but if you happen to hear a stone rattling around in a boot, have a care. Other than that, good luck.
Oh well, hey, thank you.
How do we notice that?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea. Is he like scoping us out, or is it just he's waiting for the cart to pass kind of a thing? What kind of a vibe is this old
Give
man?
me a insight check.
Insight check. That is a skill that I may or may not actually possess. Virtual tabletop not found. You jerk. 21. As I go in.
He's definitely on edge. Like, you get the sense that he's being cautious. However, you also notice his lips are moving, almost like he's muttering something.
Well, that seems like a spell being
Spellcaster.
cast.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind, we're a giant, a devil, and a bunch of half-elves. You know, coming up on an old fella.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should say hello.
Call out to him. Old traveler, how fare you?
And as you call out, you watch as he transforms, and his body kind of grows and begins to
There it is.
patches of fur start to sprout up all over, and he transforms into a big grizzly bear.
So I'm guessing he's not with the gang.
And I'm guessing he's a lycanthrope, which means we're kind of screwed. I don't have any silver weapons.
He doesn't look like he's limping.
Hopefully he's nice. It's a nifty trick you got there, Arthur. You wanna maybe settle down a little bit? We aren't looking for a fight. Seems rather forward to just jump straight up into an aggressive stance, don't you think?
And the bear moves forward about like 30 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of snarling and growling.
Why so serious?
Whoa, donkey.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just hold my crossbow at the ready. Step back some feet.
Yeah, I think I'll draw my sword.
I'll
Here,
call out and say, "Hey, hello, Mister Bear. We're not here to cause any trouble. We're just passing through to find something, and hopefully you'll let us pass without any conflict."
Make I don't know. What do you think? Persuasion check. Sounds like a persuasion check.
15.
All right, and thank you, Albinosaurus Jones, for the subscription. 22 months. The bad boys here. Thank you. So with a 15 on the persuasion check, Cali, his general demeanor, which is, it almost seems like he's trying to intimidate you off the road or dissuade you from coming towards him. But you step forward and sort of allay his concerns that you're really just trying to pass by the road here. He doesn't get any less defensive. However, you watch him as he begins to move off the road, just to the north, where there's a small copse of trees. It's not like a thick forest or anything, but he kind of goes over in that direction, and it seems like he's just keeping a close eye on you all. But you're getting the sense that he's giving you the road without needing to get too close to you or pass by you.
I think we can pass, guys.
Yeah.
And Kelly will start
Okay.
walking forward, and as I
Oh,
walk, go
sorry.
ahead. I was gonna say, as I pass by him, I'll thank him, and hope he has a good day.
And from
Yeah,
the distance, you
you
could
know.
see he kind of the snarls stop a bit. His hair kind of calms down a little bit, and he gives you a nod. He doesn't revert back to his human form, but you suspect if you see each other again, he'll recognize you, and maybe your next encounter with him won't be so
Be quite so aggressive.
But
Be
you know,
aggressive.
as Humboldt can attest, these roads are full of trickery and people that might lure one in with kindness in order to take advantage of them. And so, if you spent any time in this area, you would maybe understand his reservation about getting too close.
Oh,
But go ahead.
I just had a thought. Are any of you any good at tracking?
Not great.
Well, it occurs to me that a shipment of barley has gone missing. Now, generally, a shipment of barley would be on a big wagon, and if it was coming this way and it didn't make it, we might want to take some time to keep an eye for any sets of wagons that go off a bit. It sort of struck me when that bear lumbered off, and I'm like, wow, I could probably drive a wagon through there. So if any of you have that skill, and you could stay like a little ahead and keep an eye for any sorts of wagon tracks going odd bits.
I can certainly try. Otherwise known as I have a +2 to that.
If you're, well, speaking out of character mechanically, at first I thought you were talking survival, but now it sounds like investigation, which my character is proficient in.
Well, if it's if we're looking for tracks, that would be likely a survival check. If it was investigation, that I've got a +6 in because I have the expertise in that. So
Well,
Survival, I could try to do that, and I'm pretty big. I wouldn't, if I get into a tussle ahead of everybody, I can handle myself for a moment. So I wouldn't mind doing that.
So it sounds like you have a couple of people that are at least proficient in survival.
no, I just have wisdom.
Oh, gotcha.
So it looks like we got one that is proficient in survival.
I read about the ranger in a book when I was growing up years ago.
So
could use one of those now.
The ranger of the book.
Udo, you could give me a survival check, and this will sort of represent your looking for these tracks along your journey. Not necessarily right in this specific spot that you're in right now, but kind of covering the distance. So, okay. 17. These roads are terrible. They have not been well maintained, and the seasons have just left them. There's a lot of evidence of wagon tracks on the road. However, at least not on the high road as you're traveling along. You're not getting the sense that there are any wagon tracks that veer off the road, and it would be difficult, and that's another part of your assessment is like it would be difficult to take a wagon cart very far on the unevenness of some of these trails, and then on top of that, you've got a lot of fields and such that are fenced in and things like that, and so you're pretty confident that there isn't any recent activity like that.
Haven't found anything, guys. Doesn't seem to be anywhere a cart could go over here, other than this road.
well, okay, so well,
It was just a
wonder
thought.
whether. Well, we don't know whether or not the thieves, if they are thieves, took the cart. They could have just taken the barley from the cart.
Or they may have never headed this way anyway. I just thought as we were going, keep an eye.
Are there other
Yeah.
other things in your journey to the farm that you're looking to do or try?
I don't know, maybe just keep an eye out for suspicious wheel tracks,
Okay.
trails.
Yeah, just kind of like with, it's Udo's kind of pointing out the travel that seems to happen along the road. It seems pretty ordinary, like what you would expect. So there's no. I guess the long and short of it is you're not finding like, oh, we need to go this direction. You're probably thinking, okay, probably our search will start at the farm, if anything.
Yeah.
And
So
so.
I
Oh,
do
go ahead.
appreciate you. I do appreciate you keeping an eye out. If there was any particular troubles, I wouldn't want to find them on the way back with a laden cart. I mean, it's easy enough to hoop a cart up over a bump going this way, going back with a cartload of barley. My back wouldn't like it.
So I don't know if Cliff is still out there. Do I owe you 2 wandering encounters tonight? I'll do the other one later. I think he double dipped and didn't get either one to actually flip here. So we'll see about something a little bit later here. So you all and Percy just redeemed by the players a reroll. So players,
That's 2
track
rerolls.
that you've got another reroll if you haven't used it yet. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't by everyone a reroll. Sorry. That was for
Oh.
Casey.
Oh,
All right.
hey.
So now
Details.
Casey's back up to 1
Words
reroll.
matter. Yes. So you make your way along the high road, and you've probably seen all number of like farmhouses and cottages and such like along the way here. But you got a good description of the one that you are looking for, and it was said to be just south of the high road. And after about I don't know, we'll say it's been like 3 or 4 hours or so. That was probably still early, maybe just coming upon noon. Up ahead, you do catch sight of a small farmstead, a barn, and what looks like a granary. The surrounding area of the farmstead, you can see some fields. They all look as if they had already been harvested, and a couple of scarecrows out in the barren fields. You're looking at this from some distance away, kind of as you're cresting a hill. You're looking down on a low plain where you can get a pretty good layout, pretty good idea of the scenery and the location that you're headed towards. So I'll pop that map up onto the screen for you. And though your tokens are on here, they're not necessarily that close at this point. Is there probably some, I don't know, we'll say 500 feet away as you're kind of looking into the area. And so I guess from just kind of describing a few things, because the granary is a thing that's not represented on this map, that would be kind of like pretty far to the north of the farmstead and the sorry, I guess the cardinal directions of this map would be a little bit different. So far to the south, which would be the top of the map, the bottom of the map would be north. So to the north of the road is where you'd be able to see all the fields and such, and the scarecrows. Little fieldstone fence around the farmhouse, and then the barn just next to it, outside of that.
Well, it's a good sign. At least he got the barley in. The fields are harvested. Didn't fall afoul of sickness or something. Nathaniel, wasn't it? Farmer Nathaniel we're looking for?
I believe so.
Any of you with the keener eyes see anything amiss? Field, cart, house, fire, smoke? Look like it's
Chimney, yes, it is lit and active. There is smoke billowing from it. But certainly anybody who would like to make a perception check can do so.
Sure. No.
Nope. Actually, now seems like a good time to use that reroll.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, so, and you said the reroll was with advantage, or
Nope, the reroll is just a reroll.
okay, 14.
It was your fantastic help last time that was the advantage.
So, with a 14, Marcus, as you're just kind of gazing through the barren fields and the house, you may be looking for anything amiss, and you look down. Those scarecrows, they are not scarecrows. Those are bodies. They're hoisted up by spears.
Oh,
That's
a man
not good.
and a woman.
All right.
So, do any of you notice anything unusual here? I can't really see all that well.
everything.
Could you narrow it down a little bit for those of us with,
there's
standard eyes?
there's dead bodies hoisted up on those things
Yeah,
over there.
probably Farmer Nathaniel and his wife, or some other female family member. I don't actually know.
Well, we should go find out for sure. Where were these scarecrows posted up?
They would be so kind of off the map here. I'll do a ping.
Oh, okay.
So that side of the road, kind of away across the way from the farmstead.
All right. Well, let's go check them out.
All right, one moment. Donkey, time for earmuffs and eye muffs. Earmuff, eye muff, chalk the wagon. Heavy crossbow.
So, are you all heading out in that direction, or just a couple of you checking it out?
I'm willing to go.
Where were you heading?
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate.
All right. So
towards the house or the barn, or
it was. I believe he said it was over here.
Oh, yeah. So, to where the bodies are.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll follow then.
So you all make your way out into the barren field, and the bodies of these two individuals. There's definitely a strong smell of decay off of them.
So they've been out for a while.
Yeah. You could see evidence of the scavenger birds and such have kind of picked off bits of flesh and such, and they have been rotting under the sun, probably for a few days here. Anything they're it fills you with sadness to look upon these two folk out here, having to sit out in their field that they've likely plowed for many, many years and tilled for many, many years.
Yep. Well, seems we should do the proper thing and cut them down so that they don't wind up having this situation cause them to slip into some sort of unnatural state.
Whoever's been eating their porridge may notice.
Well, we can take care of the burial later, but we can take care of the porridge eaters right now.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Glad you mentioned that. I hadn't thought of that.
So you're spending some time to kind of pull them off of the pikes and lay them down on the field.
Sure.
I investigate first. Do that second.
Sure. Go ahead and go ahead and give me an investigation check, Humboldt.
Oh,
I think he was asking for one of the smarter folks to
no,
investigate.
I know. I actually, yeah, I was thinking we go over and deal with the folks in the farmhouse before they can spread out and shoot at us. First.
Yeah, maybe sneak around behind, take them by surprise, something. But the fire is going, so they be eating the porridge.
Well,
Yeah.
And that's
Sure,
like a low wall around the house.
Yeah, you can easily. It's only maybe like 3 feet tall.
should we perhaps try to be sneaky about this?
indeed. While you all go to whatever direction you are, I'm going to attempt to flank towards another side to keep to the shadows.
I'm pretty big and not very stealthy, but I can provide a distraction at the right time, maybe.
Fair.
That's a good plan.
I'll just move Donkey up sort of behind the tree, and then I'll just kind of go low and straight ahead towards the wall.
All right.
Now, this kind of shaded area here, is that another building outside of the wall?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of probably difficult to see with the dynamic lighting or whatever, but that's the barn.
Yeah.
And so there's
That's the barn?
there's big barn door right out front there.
Okay. I'm going to then come up the side by the barn, looking to get between the barn and the wall, just to keep an eye to make sure nothing's gonna sneak up on us from the barn area, and then
Okay.
kind of take my stealth in that area to keep down crouched low.
So, are you kind of crouched down like over here?
Yeah, and then probably like going in towards this area right here,
Okay.
following in while they go straight up the middle.
And then Humboldt, you were kind of somewhere near the wall,
Yeah, so
kind of crouched down.
So yeah, I was going up to here and then kind of crouching up towards there.
Okay, no problem.
I threw my stealth roll into Foundry.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. We'll use that for you when it comes up here.
Yep.
No stealth roll needed for Humboldt yet. How about Udo? Where are you thinking?
Well, are these here by the main road like trees or something? This
Like this and this right
this
here.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those are trees.
Maybe I'll just try to, whistle up and maybe move or be quiet. Try to be as quiet as I can be and try to just not draw attention or anything kind of go over somewhere like this.
Sure, no problem. How about Marcus?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Thinking that it's about staying up to around here. Oh wait, did you see that ping?
Was that by the tree?
Yeah, by
Wait,
The other tree?
Sorry.
I thought I saw something over there.
Yeah, the other tree. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and move your token. You're going over by the other tree.
Oh.
No problem. You can get over there.
I am having trouble with. How do I move token?
If you got it selected, are you not able to like move it
It says the
around?
game is, so I can't do anything with it.
Game is paused. Is it? Shouldn't be.
Doesn't look like it to me.
Might try a refresh. Oh, there you go.
There you go. And then Cali.
Yeah, Kelly's gonna sneak in behind Humboldt.
Okay, so you can get up there, no problem. So at this point, any specific actions that you've gotten up to the points that you've gotten to so far? Doesn't seem like anything's popping out of the house to come at you or anything like that. So no false moves so far.
Nothing doing, yeah. I wonder if we shouldn't go around the back door. Maybe.
Do you see anything in the barn?
Does the barn actually have like windows or anything like that that can be peered into?
It does. It doesn't. Probably the only way you'd be able to peek in is if they like maybe opened up the doors a crack or so.
I'll go just check in on the doors, just like not actually like open them, but just peer in between the cracks in them, figuring that they probably aren't terribly
Make a
fashioned.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check, and thank you for the follow, Star Casterning. Huzzah! Thank you.
I do not
Appreciate
see
that.
much.
It's quiet in there. You're not sensing any movement, but there's also no light or anything in there. So even just looking through the kind of the crack between the two large doors, don't get a great sense of what might be in there.
Yeah.
You certainly,
Not much.
Even with that perception check, you're not getting the sense there's any livestock currently in there. You probably would have heard some stirring or something.
Where are the horses?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll move up next to my friend here.
Yeah. Do we go in?
If we do go in, I say we don't take the front door. We go around back. We do something where we're not just walking right in, or I can walk right in maybe and distract them while somebody goes in the other way or something. I don't know.
And so
I
there's
don't
a
think we should
discussion
all
of
just
whether or
walk
not
right in
we
the
have
front
a
door.
back door. I will come to the back and see if there's anything on the back. If there's a back door to the
So
farmhouse.
So Sting, you are kind of creeping along that outer fence and sneaking up towards the corner. Your eyes are drawn. There's a pond back there, and what you see are two gnolls that seem to have a smaller creature with a bag over its head, and they're currently like. It looks like taking some joy in the fact that they're dunking this individual face first into the pond, laughing at each other, and then pulling it up. And like they're continuing to do this like torture game with this thing, and they've got
They're
these
waterboarding some small creature.
some small creature,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see there are two hyenas, kind of at the ready, kind of watching out. Doesn't seem like they haven't moved or anything, so you feel pretty confident that you're still under concealment. But
Okay.
that is what you see.
Cool. I think I will. As I make sight of them, I'm going to ignore the back door to this thing because it seems like it doesn't matter as much anymore.
Yeah,
And
just
I'm going
for
to,
reference, there is a door.
Yeah.
At the back there.
I'm going to make my way back up to this corner of the thing, and then motion out to at least Humboldt and Cali here at their front, and say 2 gnolls, 2 hyenas, back pond.
Shoot the hyenas with the crossbows. Kill the gnolls as they get close.
I motion for the bulk of the group to go around the other side, and I will go around this side in an attempt to flank.
I want to point out one more thing because it's a thing that is not on the map, but I wanted to put in here. There are 2 cellar doors right here that you would have spotted as you circled around. There's a big iron chain and a padlock that have that locked down. But it seems that there must be some cellar or something underneath the house.
All right, we can take a look at that after we deal with these gnolls and hyenas. So,
like when you I guess gesture Humboldt to go the other way, he's like, "Are you sure?" Okay.
And so, Humboldt, you're coming around the south side.
Yeah, I think we're going for.
Go around the outside of the fence.
Yeah.
Sounds
And we'll
good.
motion to the other 2.
Seeing them head that way, I'll probably follow behind.
Sounds good. As you 3 are heading around,
Yeah.
Marcus, you're going along with. Okay, stealth checks from the 4 of you.
All right.
I'm gonna use my reroll
Okay.
because I don't want to be the lowest person in the party. But still, 11.
All right. So, are you kind of coming around in that sort of formation, Humboldt at the front, that kind of the way you were laid out there?
Yeah, though I'm probably not looking to go much more than that because that's a pretty good range for me and my crossbow, and I want to make the hyenas run as far as possible before they eat me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll probably cast a ranged cantrip of some sort or a spell.
Okay. So, Sting, is that about as far as you wanted to go before?
Actually, I think I'll go just about 5 or so feet further so I can see both of the gnolls. But yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna roll initiative here. The hyenas pick up a scent. I don't know. Maybe you stepped in something. Donkey left a little something on your boot, but the hyena picks up the scent and alerts the rest, and that is right where we will roll. So, give me 1 second because I gotta get you in combat mode here. Which I believe you are now, so you can all roll your own initiatives there.
Okay.
Ugh.
There's actually a button for it on the initiative tracker. Nice.
Oh, I didn't. Where is the initiative tracker?
Top right, the little fist.
Oh.
And then
The second
icon.
Yeah,
If
second
you
roll.
If you right click on it, it will pop out onto the canvas.
Learn something new every day.
Hmm.
And then you
All
can drag
right.
it around
I
too.
wasn't expecting to be on this
Awesome.
thing.
Thank you.
So I think we got everyone on here, and Cali, you are up first. You can hear kind of the bark, the call of the hyena alerting its masters from over the small fence. You can see the gnolls kind of let go of that individual that they had restrained, and they're alert. They're getting ready to arm themselves.
Actually, Alex, I should have mentioned this when I rolled initiative. I was going to use my Tides of Chaos. I don't need to reroll because I already have a high enough initiative, but I just want to let you know that so when I cast a spell, it will release the wild magic.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to move. Let's see, 5. I'll just move to there for now, and I'm probably not going to see anything yet, so I'm going to have to move another 10 feet. I don't see anything yet, so I'm just going to hold an action.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna hold
You're not able to see their tokens?
I don't. I think the dynamic lighting's. I'm not far enough along to see past the building yet, so I'm going to hold an action.
Huh, that's weird. You should be able to because you'd have cleared the building at this point.
I was gonna say
How
even I
about-
can see the one hyena.
Yeah, you're far enough back that you would only be able to see the one hyena, but Brian, you should be able to.
Okay.
Wonder
If I do
why.
see the hyena, I will cast a firebolt at it. Otherwise, if not, I'm going to hold the action until I see it.
Yeah, you can see it for sure.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and roll. For a 9.
Too bad the damage was good.
I know.
Let's see. Okay, a 9 will miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Next up is okay. Next up is Humbled.
Well, we were going. And then he'll move forward up to alongside Cali and fire a crossbow at the nearer hyena. Little dog fellow over there. Crossbow.
That will hit. Ooh, and 6 points to the hyena. You manage to hit it in the neck, and that is enough to take it to the ground. It kind of goes flying to the earth and squeals.
And then he'll just drop his heavy crossbow and take out his pike.
Sounds
And
good.
bonus. Sorry, I'm a barbarian. Bonus action rage.
All right, hyena is up next. It has 50 feet of movement. I'm going to try to do this fancy token movement
Clicky
thing.
click.
Yeah.
Clickety clackety.
The clickety clackety math rocks.
Okay. And then what do you do to release it? Is it spacebar?
Release everything in a spacebar.
Okay, that's one movement. Okay,
Wow.
I think I got it.
You could stop there. No, keep your distance. No, it's fine.
Gets right up
Bad
to you.
doggy. Bad
Um,
dog.
I will pull our master, poke him in the face, if I may.
Sure. Then you have the crossbow out.
Drop the crossbow, pulled out the pike, which I can. That is 5e. You can do that, right? Free action, arm a weapon.
Yeah, I let you drop the crossbow and pull that out because the pulling it out would be the interact with object.
Mm-hmm.
Pike.
All right.
12.
Well, I think that does hit. Yes.
Damage 9.
That's gonna you skewered a hyena.
Okay.
That's about all I can do to help right now.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe
Didn't
a
know that was
little
coming at
further
me.
back, just a bit.
Udo, it is your turn.
Such a cautious barbarian.
Okay, I guess right now I can't see much. I'm gonna move up here. And then Can I reach? Yes. I'm going to fire, I guess, at the closest one here with my crossbow.
17 will hit.
Nice.
And 10 points of damage. Kind of hits. Arrow pierces through his hide in the back. He hasn't quite turned around and readied himself for combat yet. Lets out a pained howl.
Nice. Yeah, and I think at this point I'm going to keep my crossbow out and keep it trained.
Sounds good. Knowles are up next, and the one right there that you just shot moves up 5, 10. And he pulls out a longbow, and he's going to try to retaliate and shoot right back at you, Udo. And, ooh, I can't let that stand. I'm going to burn my reroll here.
Damn.
So he doesn't have to live with that critical failure.
Embrace your critical misses.
A 20. 7 points of damage.
Ouch. All right.
And with that, give me that for that shock damage, that DC 12 con save.
Saves. Con.
You can do it.
Let's go. Oh, maybe not.
Just not today.
Would you like... do you still have a reroll?
I do. Yeah, let's do that.
It might be the time to use it.
Oh, lordy.
Oh my gosh, it was...
I think I have two, right?
No, I misspoke when that popped up. So you got the one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Let me pop up the chart here to see where are we going with this. Roll me a D10.
Okay.
We're hearing that TikTok "Oh No" song coming up.
It is a 6. So not too bad, but you can't take reactions until the end of your next turn, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of your next turn.
Disadvantage.
Next up is...
And you look like Sean Bean for just a second.
Oh, and Isaac just redeemed by everyone a reroll. So you each get another reroll in the tank. Thanks, Isaac. And this other Knoll is going to take his attack. And is going to move up. Pulls out... Actually, he just goes up to the door and he starts like pounding on it. Knock, 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 knock. And that will be his turn.
Oh boy.
He knocked on the door?
He knocked on the door.
Oh no.
He's going to get daddy.
The kobold, free, just goes running away.
You're welcome.
And he scurries off the map, just skedaddles into the field. And then it is Marcus's turn.
All right, I will move up. Sure, but distance, yeah. And oh, okay, yeah, that visible. So pull out my crossbow and fire at Noel
This one
number
up here.
3. Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, wait. Okay, so that is not how I edit item. No.
If you're trying to make the attack, you can do it from your equipment tab.
Okay. Oh, I see. Click the icon because or the name. No.
Yep, there it is. And then you can just hit the attack button in the chat.
So.
Ooh.
Still. I'm going to use that reroll.
Sounds good. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Get you out of a jam here. 16. That looks better.
Hit.
Yep, you got it.
Or is it a hit?
Yep.
Okay. And then 5 damage.
Right. 5 damage. All right, he's still on his feet. He's now got 2 of your projectiles, one on the back, one in his back, and one in his front. All right. Next up is Sting.
Yeah. So, this one here looks like he's got some arrows in him, correct?
This one right here.
No, the one up here by the tree.
Yep, he's been hit twice.
All right. And the one over here, he's looking at the front door or at the back door. Because he's knocking on it, correct?
He's knocking on the door. He's
right.
just pulled out. I think they got spears.
Okay.
So he's got a spear in hand.
As I'm stealthing up, am I like crouched behind the wall kind of a thing? So do I have advantage if I was to take a shot on this guy over here? That's paying attention to my. All right. Well, then that injured one is going to be getting my short bow attack. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
9 points of piercing damage.
And then you got some sneak attack in there already?
That sneak attack is in there already.
Perfect. So that is gonna do it for him.
All right. And then I'm going to continue my movement to end there to kind of break line of sight to the guy at the back door.
Sounds good.
That's my turn.
We're back to the top of the order, and Cali, it is your turn.
All right, Cali's going to walk 15 feet over here and cast Chaos Bolt at this nasty-looking creature right there. So it has me choose the damage type first. It's supposed to be on the D8, so an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Because I didn't have advantage, unfortunately.
And then 9 points.
Looks like 9. Let's see, 8 points. Additional damage would be 1 point.
Yeah, because that's from the D6.
Yeah, so
9
points. Yep.
Now the real question is, does the DM have you served?
Yes. I'm sorry. Did this one take any damage? I don't think it had yet.
One at the back door? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No.
I think I did something wrong. Yeah, he's still up. He takes 9 points.
All right, then a 73 on the table, which I know quickly.
Don't you don't you roll to confirm whether you have to roll on the table? Is that how it works?
You roll a D20 anytime you cast a spell first level or higher, and see if you get a 1. But if you've used Tides of Chaos, the DM can say you surge automatically and get Tides of Chaos back. That's the whether or not the DM has you surge, because he used Tides of Chaos.
Oh, okay. So what happens on a 73?
On a 73, a random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I got to think about that. There are things that you don't see within 60 feet of you.
Beat that butterfly over there. That cricket. All
Someone
of the
back in town.
earthworms.
Right? Yeah.
I'm just picturing the big
Trees or
bad
creatures?
boss Noel in the inside, all of a sudden just going, oh god, what the hell?
Okay. Roll me a d8.
4.
Everyone out here feels just fine.
I was going to say, please don't be any my party.
Inside the cabin, you hear, oh god.
Someone inside the cabin who was just trying to have a nice little nap is waking up to a fever dream, and hearing the back door is being banged on and all sorts of commotion outside. All right.
That should end my turn.
Must have been something I ate. Oh god.
Next up is the thing that you can't see that is not feeling so great. The back door opens.
And the Noel projectile vomits out the back. Lord.
Yeah, if any of you, I don't know that any of you really have line of sight to see who opens the door, but yeah, there's a Noel there that's trying everything he can to keep from Ralphing all over his buddy. And that's his turn. Humbled, it is your go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't want to go that close. Ha! There's another one. Well, first one, stab in the face with a pike. Perhaps.
Rage against the dying of the light.
That'll hit.
Damage. Normal. Add 1 more 2 to that. I don't know how to make rage take effect.
An
So
additional
9
2.
points of damage.
All right. He
And then
is
hit him with
still
the back
up.
end of the staff. Or the pike.
Hit him
That
with
thing.
the butt.
Get him!
That'll hit.
Nice.
Nice.
And that's plus 2 more there, so 7.
That will bring him down.
Bye. You're too close to me. That's it for my turn.
All right, next up is Udo.
Move to somewhere like this. Do I see a friend here, I think. Who's
Well, he's
Ralphing?
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you from there you can see him. He's in the door frame there.
Yep. I think I will. Well, I moved 20 already. I'll keep moving a little bit past that. And then I'm gonna shoot at him. There. Let's see. Ugh.
All right, 7 will miss.
Okay. And I think that's all I can really do. So I'll just maybe this is the point where I will get out my swords, my long swords, drop the crossbow, and pull out my long swords.
Okay. Sounds good. Gnolls are up. There's one here. Oops, wrong thing. Okay, so he's moved 5 to. You can see those of you that maybe noticed from the south side of the house or the front side of the house, you hear a door open and a gnoll emerges there with a longbow in hand and seems to be coming around the back. Next up is the poisoned one. No, this is a dead one.
Dead one.
I'm going to take these off of here. There's no real reason to have them there. Kobold is fleeing away, thankful for the divine intervention of the party here, coming to his rescue. And then it is Marcus's turn.
All right. Seeing the one come out the front, or about this one, I will pivot and fire at it with the crossbow. Oh, right. I gotta. 10. Ugh.
10 will not.
Well, I got
clear
one
it.
reroll left. Might as well use it. That's even worse. Okay.
All right. Anything else, Marcus?
I think I'll step over here.
Sounds good. From inside, a much larger gnoll emerges, Humboldt. A female gnoll in really heavy hide armors, wielding a spear. Kind of pushes past this the sickly looking one in the door frame and gets right up to you. Does that trigger?
I would like to poke it with my pike and stop it from the hurting that's about to happen. Pike.
Oops.
It seems to sidestep as you poke forward, and it's going to try to return.
I do have a reroll.
Oh, wait, go for it.
They were nice to me. They gave me a beer reroll. I'm going to do my beer reroll. Sorry. Drunken reroll. Drunken master.
That'll do it.
Ooh. Do a little damage.
Nice.
10 points of damage.
And does that stop it in its tracks right here?
No, I'm not a sentinel.
Got it. So 8 points. And then it takes its swing. A 23. 4 points of damage.
Ooh, reduced to 2.
And then it is Sting's turn.
Let's see. I'm not hidden, so I don't have advantage, but she is up close and personal with Humboldt, so I will step out over here and take a shot with my bow on the one that is engaged with Humboldt right now. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my 2 rerolls. There we go.
24 will do it. 10 points.
10 points of piercing damage. And then again, I'm going to step behind the tree. That took her out?
That? No, I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I'm applying the damage, but then it's like depleting all their hit points. Let's see. Going back up.
To say.
Casey, how many points? You did 8. Okay.
I did 10.
Or you did 10?
Uh,
Okay.
8 plus 2 for the rage that I
And
should
then
figure out how to do.
additional 10.
And then I did another 10.
All right. All right. No, definitely still on its feet. Definitely a little bit larger and seems to be a little bit tougher than the others. Carrying that over to the top of the order, Cali, it is your turn.
All right, so Callie is going to walk 5, 10. Let's go 15 feet here just because I want to have a little bit better line of sight. If that works. Whoops. Don't do that. So I guess I'll have to move over. I go here. It's. I'll have to go behind. Oops. So there's my 30 feet, and then I'm going to cast Firebolt at the large creature that is attacking my friend. I'm humbled there. And I am going to cast Reroll on that.
Sounds good.
For a 15 this time.
15 will hit.
For 6 points of damage. And that will end my turn.
All right. Looking a little bit rough, but still on her feet. And then it is Humboldt's turn. Or sorry.
You.
My poisoned fella here. Sorry. Didn't want to skip over him. He's wearily pulls himself out of the frame of the door, spear in hand, and he's going to make a wild attack at disadvantage here. Speed attack, disadvantage, and it is a nat 1.
He loses his lunch.
And I'll roll a d6 on that to see how bad the critical fail is. Okay, so no further effect, but yeah, he's not fit for combat. Wildly misses you, Humboldt, as it becomes your turn.
Pike in the back end if necessary to the big lady. Pike.
That'll hit.
Nice damage.
And
15.
that will do it. As you skewer right through her. She was getting ready to, like, kind of wide open stance, left herself open. You took the shot right through her chest. And you managed to push the knoll down. And she has no more. And thank you, Mr. Winston C. Pope, for the subscription. 28 months. That's awesome.
Good shots with the arrows and the fire bolts and the please don't hit me. Back end to the other sickly knoll. Does poison give advantage or just
It doesn't.
does not? Okay.
I had to look that up myself earlier.
Gives him disadvantage, basically, on attacks.
Got it.
And saves.
Smacky smack, maybe? Nope.
Ooh.
I don't have any more re-rolls.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll a d6. And it is a 6.
Yes.
Let's see. Give me a percentile.
90.
90 times.
Roll twice on this chart.
Oh, no.
So roll me 2 more percentiles.
27.
We fight for the booty. Why do we raid? We raid for the
Uh-oh.
booty.
72.
Why do we die? We
I've
die for the
reversed
booty.
them.
Uh-oh. There's a
Uh-oh.
wandering encounter that was just
It,
redeemed.
but it said item not found.
Winston, why?
Let's
He attempted to, but then it said item not found. You can see all items here.
It says you successfully redeemed wandering encounter.
Uh-oh.
So the first thing that happens
The
with
second
your
one.
Humboldt,
Yeah.
the first the first thing that happens with your attack, you swing with the spear. It gets lodged in the kind of muck here, the big cow pie, and that sinks into the earth, and you got your thing stuck. Give me. Oh no, you have to do it as an action. You have to do a strength check to remove your weapon from the ground to be able to use that particular thing. And what was the other? It was a 27?
27 and a 72. And anagrams.
Inverse.
And Alex, it looks like Winston also bought all of the players and the DM a reroll.
Okay, give me a second here. I'll get through all of that once I resolve this here.
Yep.
You gain disadvantage for your attacks against this opponent for the remainder of the encounter.
Jeez.
It just
Maybe
looks
a
so
little pity?
miserable.
I don't know.
Can't do it. I felt like that. He's been drinking the Nob ale.
Probably true.
So we
Make
also
Probably he feels
have
squeezy.
a wandering encounter here from Winston. We'll get that in the mix here.
Big jerk.
We have everyone gets a reroll, so players, you can mark that down that you got another reroll from the chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it looks like I have a reroll, so just chaos. I don't know whose side he really is on, other than the gods of chaos.
His own.
It's that wild magic that Cali brought in here.
It's that
We
old
forget
wild
that.
magic.
So
No Vecna this time.
Calculating here, I'm gonna see what our wandering encounter is. Okay.
Maybe it's that friendly werebear that we saw earlier.
One can hope.
So maybe it's from all of this disturbance that was happening here by the lake, but you all see that there are 4 giant frogs that emerge from this pond.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
And give me just
Sure. Dunking a kobold in there didn't awaken them.
That might have been what it was.
Might have
the wandering
been.
encounter.
Damn it. You're welcome, kobold.
Oh boy.
Cali's getting swallowed.
Yep.
Man, I've got like
Make
4
one
hit points
isolationist one over
for
there,
this
then.
sucker here.
Wait, I thought frogs could only swallow up to small. I thought it had to be the toads to get the medium swallow.
I don't know. Everybody say thank you to Winston.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Winston.
Big jerk.
I guess I can't talk these guys down.
Maybe they're all druids. All right. So that was Humboldt's turn. Udo, it is your turn.
Okay, so I guess I had dropped my crossbow and I've got my long swords out. I see a new threat here. But we still have this other threat back here, and this guy's got to be almost dead. I might just run up here next to Humboldt. I should be my disadvantage should be gone now, right? From the
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
cool.
enough time is cleared.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up here for now, and I'm gonna go with my one long sword.
That'll hit.
Okay, and that'll be.
All right.
Or it's just one-handed. I don't know why I did two-handed.
So you run over there. You do a little bit of a hurdle over the stone wall and manage to get a glancing strike on this one. He is still up.
Guess with I've got a second-handed longsword there. I guess I'll do the same thing there.
Do you have something that's allowing you to swing with a longsword in your offhand?
Yes, I've got two.
Okay.
What is it? Yeah, the two-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Dual wield feat.
Second one is, was that the 23 to hit? That'll hit.
Yeah.
And 9 points of damage on that.
Yep.
All right, he is still up. Next up is, I think it's the Knoll. Yes, the Knoll down to the south here with the longbow out. He's gonna take a shot at Marcus. And that is an 11.
Nope.
And then he is going to withdraw here. All right. And then next up is Giant Frog.
Ribbit.
What can you do, friend? Okay. Basically uses all of its movement to get up on land and is looking hungrily at Cali.
Afraid he might do that.
I'm going to take their kobold friend maybe off of here. He's long gone. The other frog gonna get up here on the other side as they are in a race to see who is gonna get a taste first.
Who gets to eat first?
Boy.
So gonna make a bite attack. 16.
If I cast shield, I'm gonna cast shield.
All right, your shield manages to kind of lodge itself like right in its mouth, right as it's about to bite down, and he recoils away. Marcus, it is your turn.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna head up to here. Draw my sword. Guess I'll just, for now, hold on to the crossbow in my other hand. And attack this giant frog.
And then you want to hit that attack button?
Yes. And that's a 9.
9. Will not clear their AC. All right. Next up is Sting.
I'm going to move a couple squares down over here. I'm going to fire at that frog right there. And let's see here. Sure. Oh. 19 points of damage for 13 damage. For 19 to hit, 13 damage.
13. He's going to have to do a con save. And will make it. But
right.
Not looking so good.
And then I'll finish up my movement going to here.
All right. that brings us back to the top of the order. And before we do that, the Potato Lion Jenna just redeemed a ward healing potion.
Ooh, thank you.
We're gonna say that healing potion is on the Lady Knoll that Humboldt just took down. So Humboldt, you can see that there's a healing potion at her hip, should it be needed. And healing potions are a little bit more valuable in this iteration of the community campaign because you can't just buy them in Hamlet. So we will definitely want to figure out who has that if it doesn't get used by the end of this. But we're back at the top, and it is Callie's turn.
All right. I'm going to reach out and shocking grasp this this frog to my right that's been injured. For 21 to hit for 6 points of damage. If that
and that's enough to bring it down.
All right, and that's
Nice.
my turn.
All right. This giant frog right here leaps up out of the pond, gets right up over here in your business, Udo. Is going to try to make a bite attack against you. But a 10 will miss. Is this the time to use this reroll? Yes, it is. I'm going to use my reroll here.
Always the time for a reroll.
It is, because then they can't buy you more if you don't use them.
Well, let's have some whammies. Let's have a whammy on this.
21.
Oh, geez.
And it's for 4 points of damage.
Okay, well, I only have 4 hit points, so I think I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance as a reaction. I
Very
can
good.
reduce damage dealt to me by 1d12 plus 1, I guess. Or why did it roll a 20? Sorry, hang on. Roll d12. So 3
Okay.
plus 1 would be 4.
So that's off the damage roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So enough to keep you up. The attack still lands, and it's got you grappled at this point. So you're kind of struggling a little bit inside of its mouth. Seems like it would love to just flip you out and bring you down the hatch and into its belly, but it's gonna need a little bit more to do that. It brings us to this other loner frog over here. Now, question: Sting, have you been doing like stealth checks or anything like that over there?
Nope, because I am first level. I do not have. I've just been
That's right.
blocking line of sight, which is why I have not had advantage on my attacks.
You see this frog climbs over this boundary here, the low rail, and it comes over around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Staring at you, licking its lips. All right. Humboldt, it is your turn.
So Humboldt's like yanking on the pike, just can't get it loose. He kind of abandons that, pulls out his little quarterstaff, the non-sharp pike, and I'm sorry, mate. I really feel for you. I do, but and then it'll swing sadly, not really as hard into it. Disadvantage, quarterstaff on the knoll. Just try, dodge now.
He you can see him. He just barely gets out of the way. He stumbles a bit. Hard to say whether that was intentional or just him about to faint.
All right, now ready, jump, and then he swings with the back end of the staff.
Yep. He dodges out of the way of that one.
I will pick up the healing potion just so that it's not there for the null, as a free object interaction, I guess. And then
Okay.
that's me.
Be sure to log that on your sheet so you got it there.
Sure.
Udo, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm grappled by this frog,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will have to do something to be not grappled by this frog, I would imagine.
Yeah, you could do either strength athletics or an acrobatics.
Okay, let me see what I have better. Strength, athletics, acrobatics. Let's go athletics. Ah, jeez. 7.
Unfortunately, try as you might, you are not able to elude its grasp.
Okay. So I guess that's that would probably be it for me, right? I'm probably stuck here then.
Yeah, unless you got any sweet bonus action moves, but I don't know. At level 1, little bit limited on those types of
I
things.
don't think I do, yeah.
Next,
yeah. Nope. Go ahead.
next
Sorry.
up is the knoll down on the southern side of the action. Is once again going to get eyes on Marcus and take a shot with the longbow.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Ooh. That definitely hits.
And that'll be 6 points of damage.
Okay, that is more than half. So that is
DC 12 con save.
all right. So how do I do that? Oh, that 7.
Uh-oh. What you can do is roll a D10.
5.
5 is you are stunned until the end of your next turn.
That's not good.
Yep.
Giant frog, over by Cali, is going to take another attempt at the bite. Oh,
Ouch,
critical
that's going to
hit. 10 points of damage.
All right, that would drop me unless. Yeah, that'll drop me.
I hope Winston's watching. This blood is on your hands.
There's so much blood at Winston's hands already. I mean,
So Callie gets lifted up and is kind of ragdolling in the mouth of this frog at this point. And let's see. You just dropped to 0, right, Callie?
Yes.
Roll a d6. Oh, okay. We're gonna see what happens with a lingering injury.
oh no.
So it matters what type of damage this was. So it was a bite. Looks like that was piercing damage.
Piercing. Oh.
So, Brian, you can roll a d20.
3.
Oh no.
Icy.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I saw it's on a 5 or a 6. You roll from the expanded lingering injuries table, so he just rolled off that.
Remember those prosthetic limbs we were discussing?
That's exactly what is happening here. Part of your leg gets just like the tendon, the muscle tissue, just right down your thigh, gets stretched and ripped in such a way that magic is going to need to be high level magic would be needed to replace and regenerate this wound. So until that happens, your speed is going to be reduced by 10.
Okay.
And it will be regenerate spell or higher that would be needed to replace that.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Oof.
I'll let you ride my donkey if we live through this.
It becomes Marcus's turn. Marcus is dazed, stunned here. Turns to Sting's turn.
Oh, this is no bueno. No bueno. All right, so let's see here. Oh wait, no, that is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to do one of these things, I think. Nope. What was it? One of these things. Nope. Shit. I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move to here, and I am going to make a stealth check so that frog and that gnoll do not see me as I just vault over the fence and attempt to hide out. Because
Okay.
Holy crap!
So you're currently out of eye shot of it.
Mm-hmm. And I got a 23 on my stealth.
So we shall see how that works. Next up is, we're back to the top. Cali, you are in the jaws of this creature. You're kind of coming in and out of consciousness a bit. Definitely intense pain in that leg. But as you're kind of losing it, you see a spectral face kind of standing right next to you, opposite of where Marcus is standing. It looks like a phantom that appears to be a splitting image of that male figure that was posted up on that pike out in that field. And he reaches out and touches you and seems to take possession of your body in this moment. It gives you a little bit of brings you back to consciousness. You're not fully, you're the player going to control your character, but Cali is not really in control of.
Cali's not driving.
Cali is not driving. So you're back with 1 hit point.
Got it.
Still grappled, still in the mouth of the frog. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast a Shocking Grasp for 17.
That will hit.
And it's going to cause 1 point of lightning damage.
Ooh. Hits. Didn't have quite the impact that maybe you were hoping, but... That will bring us to the frog. It's going to try to swallow you.
Bad frog.
Okay, it makes the bite attack to make this happen. Oh, but a 17 will hit. And so you end up inside its belly, blinded and restrained. And does it... Okay.
This is your fault, Winston.
So you begin taking acid damage at the start of the frog's turns.
Okay.
All right.
fine. It's good.
Poisoned. Okay, Isaac just redeemed buy everyone a reroll. So you each get another reroll. Isaac is being the good steward of the community campaign, trying to keep the players alive.
As opposed to Winston, who's trying to kill us all.
Winston's doing a good job.
Noel is going to try to make an attack at Humbled.
Now remember to tell me when to jump.
He gives no such signal, but you don't need it because he's attacking so poorly. We've got another giant frog over here who, well, Sting, you've hopped over the barrier there and took a dive or a duck. Still interested in moving over here.
Yep.
Sure, but it did just see you clear the fence. So he's coming over here to investigate.
Sure.
Is going to spend his action poking his head up and over. And, in clear view of him, he does see you. And so you see him, he kind of props his front legs up on the barrier and is looking over and is still licking his lips, looking like he's ready to pounce.
Well, that's not going to give me advantage. Damn it.
Humbled,
No sneak attack on him.
Humbled, it is your turn.
That didn't seem sporting. So we'll take a swing at still disadvantage at this Knoll who's standing. Come on. Maybe don't duck. Or duck super good. We'll take the reroll. And reroll. 16?
That'll hit.
Damage. Normal.
That will
10.
Take him down.
Oh, you poor bastard. And then what's with the frogs? We'll step up and lean over the wall and try and, you know what? Excuse me a moment. We're gonna rush over here to these friends who seem to be having a really bad day. And smack this one with the butt of my weapon, hopefully.
That'll hit.
For 6.
All right.
Let him go.
Cali, it kind of sounds like the inside of a drum as you hear the whap of the back end of the quarterstaff. All right. Next up is Udo.
So I'm grappled. I can't attack, right?
You can. You're grappled
can.
and restrained. You'd be at disadvantage on the attack, but you can do it.
Oh, okay. So I guess I will do that then. And then with the disadvantage, I don't know how I do that on the. Oh, here. Or no, I don't see how I do that. But
You're in D&D Beyond it. You hold on your control.
oh, okay. Should I re-roll or should I go with this?
You could just do another roll, like a single roll. That 16's good. Just do another good whap, and you'll get it. Let's see, and that one was 10. Or that's the damage. Sorry, I don't see.
Oh, sorry.
Just
What should?
Do another attack roll to represent disadvantage.
Oh, okay. doing? Sorry.
Okay, I can take that damage roll there, the 10. So 10 points of damage. You managed to strike at it.
Okay. And then
You had a second weapon in your offhand. If you wanted to bonus
I
action,
can do that, right? Yeah, let's do that.
Still be at disadvantage.
Okay, so roll it twice, I guess, then?
You could do it that way. You're rolling direct. I don't know how the rolling directly from D&D Beyond exactly works, but
You hold down the control key and
control.
roll
And
at
it does
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
It turns the little D&D Beyond die to a red minus sign die. I know.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But the 7 will miss.
Okay. So that should be my turn then.
All right. To the south here, this knoll, realizing its comrades are no longer around, is going to...
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. I was going to say,
Go
I have rerolls, so should I just do that?
Yeah, you could do that. You could re-roll that. The re-roll is at disadvantage, but...
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Because I got a couple rerolls now.
Yeah.
Might as well try it. That's not going to work.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. You know what? I think I got 3 rerolls. I'm going to do one more here.
Okay, I'll let you do it. I normally say one reroll per roll, but
gotcha.
This situation I think warrants allowing it. Oh no!
The dice aren't with me today.
So it's a nat 1 is where we land. So roll a d6 to see if it's a critical fail.
Oh wait, what did I do? Hang on. Messed this up. D6 roll.
Okay, no further mess on that.
Okay.
So the knoll, seeing that you're all pretty busy with these frogs, is going to take that opportunity to get out of dodge here. There. Next up is the giant frog that has Cali in its belly. So acid damage will bring you to 0. Give me a d6 roll. Okay. So unconscious, you'll start making death saving throws at the start of your turn. The frog is going to go after, try to make an attack at Humboldt. So here's the bite. 21.
Good bite.
3 points of damage. And you're grappled and restrained.
How can you fit so many people in that mouth of yours?
Oh man.
Because one is in his belly.
Marcus, it is your turn.
All right, so first I will holster the sheath or whatever, the crossbow, and then attack again with longsword. 2 hands.
All right.
Oh, versatile is for damage, not attack. Okay. So
23.
23. Oh, so close to a natural 20.
All right,
9
points of damage. Not quite down yet, but it's starting to gag a little bit. You can get your friend out of there yet. But I think we are turning it over to Sting, who's got his own frog to deal with.
Yep, and so I am going to take a dash around the edge of the building in 100% Han Solo style. Just book it.
Sounds good.
And that's my turn.
That'll bring us to the top. Cali, in the belly. Give us a death saving throw.
Uh-oh.
One
no.
fail.
Can I use a reroll on that?
Sure. Yep. There's
13.
a success.
Worth the reroll.
And as you're kind of, again, you're losing consciousness, this presence is like with you a little bit, and you're having a couple of visions while this is happening. One is that, I guess right in this moment, you're just seeing like the cellar doors. There's no chain on them, but your vision, your presence is like kind of fixated on those doors, and then blackout. It is the giant frog's turn that is over here with Humbled.
Wait.
That can't be right.
Or with Udo.
You mean Udo?
Udo, yes. Udo. And
Got me
Udo,
grappolated.
you're still in the mouth. Yep, it's gonna try to swallow you now.
Come on, dice be with me this time.
14? That seems low.
Yeah, I've got an armor class of 16.
All right, so it doesn't quite gulp you down. That brings us to the other one that was chasing after Sting.
Do we still have a knoll somewhere?
There was. It has since run away. So it's like way down to the bottom. So Frog goes chasing after Sting and gets up right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Humbled. It is your turn.
Humboldt's in the mouth. He's got his quarterstaff in two hands. He's like back and forth trying to hit it. Disadvantage quarterstaff attack. A 10. We will
Won't
use
quite-
the good. We'll use the reroll.
Yep. There
A
it is.
15?
Yep.
Two hands, so this is versatile damage.
Boom.
For a total of 10.
You crack it over the head. It opens its mouth, and you see Cali kind of slide out as it starts retching. Nicely done.
He'll just drop the healing potion on his chest and then run over and try and thwack the other one with the back end of the staff. Good luck with that. Try and drink that. 10 is a no, and I
10 is a
am
no.
out of the rerolls. So that's that.
All right. Udo, it is your turn.
Right, I'm going to attack at the disadvantage here. Oh, hang on. There we go.
That'll hit.
All right. For 6.
And that will take it down. You manage to jam the sword right into the back of its throat, and it releases you as you watch it slump to the ground.
Whew. Right. And I don't see any more threats.
There is one more
Oh, there's
frog
the-
that you could probably
Okay.
kind of see just beyond that tree there.
Can I can only I guess I can move, right? At this
Mhm.
point. I'll move towards the Sting over here to assist if I get there in time.
Sounds good. Noel continues to move off the map and fleeing away. Marcus, it is your turn.
All right. What do I have to? I can't do much to help here. But
So
okay,
just I don't know if you missed. Humble dropped a healing potion there right near Cali. Cali is unconscious and wouldn't be able to administer it themselves.
all right. I will administer it for her.
Right. Go ahead and roll the 2d4 plus 2 back to Cali.
Okay, so that I didn't see an option to add the plus
Yeah,
2, so that's
8
a total
points.
of 8.
So Cali is back to consciousness. All right. Next up is Sting.
All right, seeing that that the other frogs are dealt with, and I've got companions making their way this direction, I'm going to just go ahead and switch up turn and stab at this frog with my short sword. And get a 20 to hit for 5 points, because no sneak attack.
All right, I think that's the first damage on this one.
Mm-hmm. And then I will move around to the flank of it to give them room to come in. Yeah, so just dance around it, but not break my adjacency.
Sounds good.
To it.
We are back to the top, and it is Cali's turn.
All right. Now that I'm standing up again, I'm going to. I think I can actually reach. Yeah, I'm going to cast a firebolt at that remaining frog. Ooh, a crit.
Nice.
9 points.
9 points. Nicely done.
That's
It
what
is
we needed.
still up, but a big hit.
Frog legs for dinner.
That is my turn.
You're right. This is the most dangerous beer run I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Percy is second. You all handle another one.
He just got shot. Does that mean he's going, ah? Calling for a pig or something?
Can we handle another wandering monster?
Sure. Giant frog is making another. Its first attack, its first chance maybe to get Sting, but an 11 won't do it. Humbled, it is your turn.
So Humbled will kick it into dash gear. And still falls 5 feet short. That is it. Yeah.
Udo, it is your turn.
Right. So, whoops, what am I doing? That's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm 30. I'm not gonna reach this guy. Now, if I run, right, if I dash, I can't attack after that, or I can?
You would not be able to.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I guess I'll just come up next to Humboldt and make a wall here. I dropped my crossbow, so I'm not sure where that is.
Sounds good. You're kind of cornering in on this last one. Marcus, it is your turn. Marcus, are you there? Okay.
Yes. So if Raxrock, though I know that, is still up.
No, she's down.
Okay, then, yeah, in that case, I will dash. And almost get close enough to help with the last of the big frogs, but not quite. Right? Let me just make sure I got that placement right. No, I got one more. There.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, next turn, assuming that thing's still even alive.
We'll see. It's Sting's turn.
All right,
Sting's
short
got
sword.
plans.
There's the
That's a
crit.
critical hit.
Nice.
So that is a total of 8 points of piercing critical damage on him.
You kind of like bait it into thinking it's got a chance to get a bite down on you, and you take your slice upward and take it out. And we're out of combat.
Nice.
Unless...
Take that, Winston.
So not
Yeah.
without some amount of pain. Callie's still kind of favoring that leg. But everyone is alive. Callie, you're probably feeling a little disoriented from that possession that seems to have taken place momentarily, but you're feeling like you're back in complete control, just a little disorienting, like you were in somebody else's mind for a moment.
All right, and she'll share with the party. There's something about that.
About the things that
about
were
that
over here.
Stella. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
before you go into it, just let me get my pike and my crossbow and my breath back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my crossbow. I might even search the bodies of these of whatever's around to see if they have any kind of better weapons or anything than I've got, or crossbow bolts.
Make a investigation check.
Yeah. Investigation.
So probably not. You're probably not assessing that they have anything that's really valuable in terms of their armor and arms. Um, you know, you could probably collect some of this up, and maybe you get some amount of. I don't know. Maybe you could trade it in kind of for scrap or something back in Hamlet, but probably not. They're all wearing hide armor and using spears. If you're looking for kind of a shabby longbow that's functional, those are here, and we'll say for each of the gnolls that you felled, there's like 20 arrows that you could collect off of them. So those types of things are there. However, with your 17, as you're investigating, you're noticing there's something interesting about each of the corpses, each of these gnolls. They've got sort of a brand on their neck that looks like a triangle. Seems like a very intentional brand that seems to mark some kind of affiliation. They all have it.
Do I recognize it?
It's there's not much about it that's really interesting other than it's a triangle. And I don't think you don't know of any gangs or anything in this area that would use that. Humboldt told you something about a stone in a boot. And Humboldt would be able to confirm that it is not that symbol, or you're not seeing a linkage between those two things.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll share with the party
what
what I've found, but yeah, I'll take the arrows and the longbow as well.
Oh, the stone in the boot was a like a drawing of that, not literal. They doing that.
No, they had
that-
stones like and he picks up a stone like this with a little eyeball with a tear in their boots. I've never seen the like.
This
You
is
mean
a
attached to the
triangle.
boot on the outside? Because I mean,
No,
if it's on the inside, then all
okay,
you're
look,
doing,
take
no
your
one's
boot
gonna
off for
see
a
that,
second.
and you're just making
Give me
something.
your boot. Okay, stone
Oh,
in the
alright.
boot on the foot. The fella said it through his heel. Daft.
Sounds uncomfortable.
I thought the same thing.
Were they all limping?
The two of them are in the jail. Just back over at. You can go ask him.
I feel I'm sort of having a flashback from talking with the Firbolg about me donkey, and I just don't know how to like. I think we're all uncommon, but you're using it in a way that I just can't grasp. But so I've got my pack, I've got my crossbow. There's a big chain on that
Yes.
cellar.
I was going to check it for traps before I did anything, just to make sure that there's no trap-like shenanigans going on there.
Yeah.
Mr. DM.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
17.
Nothing as sophisticated as a trap. It's a chain and a padlock, so you feel pretty safe about messing around with it.
Cool. I then am going to go ahead and do a thieves' tools check to attempt to pick it open. I'm just going to roll stealth since it's the same number.
Sure.
And I'm going to use one of my rerolls. 17.
17 will do it. So messing around with it for about a minute or so, you manage to undo the lock and pull it off of the chain and unravel that around these two cellar doors. Plan is to open those up.
Yep, just waiting for everybody to circle around.
Okay.
Takes cover behind the wall with a crossbow.
Any other actions that folks are doing unrelated to the cellar door before we move ahead with this piece?
Did we check the house?
Not yet. Cali seemed to have had some.
That's a good idea.
Some interest in this in the cellar doors.
And where is this? Where's the cellar door exactly?
It's where that triangle thing is that I accidentally drew.
Okay.
Well, not to metagame too much, but as a barbarian, I've caught my breath. Perhaps you fighter types may wish to think about your breathing as well.
In other words, second wind.
Maybe.
Oh.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You roll a d10 and add 1 because you're first level.
It? Oh, once
and it heals you.
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. I didn't even that. Thank you, because
no
I didn't
problem.
Even
First level
that.
characters, there's always a few.
Yeah, let me do that. Second wind.
All right, so that. Roll it again. Yeah, there's a macro for it.
+1s. Oh, I see. Yeah, so 7.
Yep.
And while you're all catching your breath, I'm going to sit here and just try to get all this frogmuck off me.
Yeah.
Up to your horns.
Yeah.
So
Egon,
you've all taken your moment here. Catch your breath. Take a little bit of respite. Chains are undone off the cellar doors.
Yep. Well, open up the cellar door then.
So opening them up, and it is still, it's like midday here. It's probably about noon when you were approaching. So light is cascading down into the entryway here. There's a wooden ladder that descends into the cellar, and there's sort of a very cool air that comes forth. Looking down there, you can see kind of the tops of several like burlap sacks and crates and barrels down there.
Okay. Early frontliner types.
I'll go in first. I'm down with that.
I'll follow.
Do you need me to cast light on something so you can see better?
Yeah, I don't have any dark vision.
All right, yeah, let me cast. If you have like a dagger or something, I can cast light on it, or a shield.
How about a stone?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah,
yeah.
take a stone, cast light on it, and there you go.
Sounds good.
So Udo and Marcus, you climb down there. Once you get down into the cellar, it's pretty cramped. It is full of uh, supplies, basically. You imagine, if this is a barley um, farm, maybe these are all sacks of grain and stuff that have been packed up, and they're just lining the walls of this tiny cellar.
I think we found the grain that we came looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I'll investigate around and see if I see anything out of the ordinary. But I guess for the most part, I'll kind of assume.
I can also come down and
Oh,
check
I'm
and
not-
see if there's any hidden compartments and such.
Yeah, I'll yell
Yeah,
up to the
same.
to the team what I'm seeing and just kind of investigate while they're coming down.
So yeah, go ahead. Those of you that are investigating down there, investigation checks in order. The other thing you would notice while you're down here is there seems to be a trap door that leads up into the house.
It's like Udo got the high one with the 20.
Yeah, I finally get a good roll when it is not when I'm in the mouth of a giant frog.
So
It occurs to
Udo,
me that if you don't mind robbing the dead, could solve could resolve the thing we originally came here for. Sorry.
Udo, with your 20, as you're kind of like you're moving sacks of the grain around and like moving crates, just kind of checking around, you notice that in one corner of the cellar, there's like there's a couple of pieces of flagstone that just don't seem like you're kind of seeing evidence that maybe they were moved recently. They're not flush with the wall, and they look like the mortar around them is not very tight.
A
Hidden compartment.
witch's sting. Check this
Yep.
out.
Okay. I will take a look at what he has discovered.
Yeah, I'll look at that too.
I assume it just is a loose brick that you could slide out.
Kind of like a section of brick that looks like that's still together and probably moves as one solid piece, but it's not connected with the rest of the proper wall.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and slide it out.
And as you slide it out and you look in there, you see looking back at you a tearful, fearful-looking 13-year-old girl whose just face is full of dirt, and you could see there's evidence that she's been eating some of the things here in the storeroom.
Well, child, you're going to want to come with us. It is no longer safe here for you. I'm sure you're aware. We came here in search of grain from your parents, but it appears that we've been directed here to find you. And I will hold out a hand for her to try and come out and join us for the protection.
And
moment, and Humboldt will go sprinting into the house, grab any sort of blanket, anything, run down, and just throw it over the top of the bodies, just so that.
Oh, the bodies out in the field.
Yeah.
Out in the field.
You're going to go tend to that, sure. Sounds good. And based, they're laying out there, so as long as you cover them up, like she probably wouldn't even notice that they're out there now that they're not propped up like they were.
And we are going to bury them before we go.
Sure. So, Sting, you hold out your hand, and she doesn't have any words, but she takes it and she climbs out. It seems like she has a little bit of a difficult time kind of standing properly. She's probably been stuck cramped down here for some time, but she seems willing to go with you.
Okay.
And we saw a trap door that was leading up into the house. I guess I'll just kind of bang on it and pop it open, maybe peek up and look in.
Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of a convenience. It goes right up into the kitchen, and so this is a convenient way for whoever was working in the kitchen to come down into the cellar and grab what they need and things like that. Um, and so that brings you up into the kitchen. Um, you'll do a decent sweep of the house, and you know the personal effects and things like that, or the family aside, there are some things maybe from the Knolls that end up being of some interest to you. Um, Basically, laid out on the table seems to be a crude looking map of the area. Um, there is just based on some of the geographical like landmarks and things that they've etched on this map. You can see that they've got Hamlet is depicted on there, um, and that seems to be kind of the centerpiece of this map. And then they've got some other things kind of scrawled on there as points of interest for them. I'm going to pop up that map that I had earlier just to kind of reference like maybe some things that they had put on their map. And I think what I'll do is I'll mark this up and put this in the Discord server so that you got an idea of maybe some points of interest or follow up in future sessions. So if Hamlet's kind of like center on their map, to the west of Hamlet, there's a big X with a circle on it. And a lot of they've got a number of lines, like dotted lines, that seem to originate from that X with the circle to like different points. There's a couple that trace themselves from the X to Hamlet. There's a couple that lead into the Cron Hills, and then there's one that seems to be right at your location where you are currently.
Yeah.
So probably possible raid spots that different patrols of Knolls have hit up this area for.
Yeah. There may be Knolls there, or they may have moved on. Who knows? Nothing else of interest in the building?
I want to do a quick check here just to double check and make sure there isn't anything that you might pick up before you leave.
And as we're looking about, a quick thought. Perhaps we spend the evening loading up that wagon outside and the cart lightly. I can pull the cart, Donkey can handle the wagon. We can get most of their valuables and some of the barley set out tomorrow morning because I don't fancy taking on Knolls. And the house is at least somewhat defensible. And to be honest, I think we could all use a rest.
Good idea.
Yep.
Well, before we take any rest, I'm going to start digging a couple graves and working on giving them a proper burial.
Yeah, I'll assist in that. That seems like a worthy cause.
Yeah.
I'll try to help control
girl.
yeah. Come here.
If those were her parents, maybe she would know the appropriate customs.
Well, she doesn't know the appropriate customs. That part of the training at the Temple of Ouijas is on burial rites. So, if they don't have any particulars, then I'm going to give them the general burial rites of the temple.
If someone wants to, they could do like a religion check. There would definitely be evidence here that they are followers of the old faith.
I will do a religion check. And I will use a reroll since it's getting to the end of the night. Never mind.
Yeah. 2. I think I have.
Okay. You're not really sure what those specific customs would be, but in this moment, just the fact that you're willing to take the time, you're sure the gods would likely look favorably on at least the effort to give them a proper rest.
And if nothing else, it will help keep them from popping back up as undead.
Yeah.
So, a few things from the house that you will pick up on. The Knolls, there's another healing potion that you will find in the loft that they were holding in a chest, as well as a very ornate looking dagger. Definitely not Knoll craft, but something that looks like it would be valuable. And you also find a number of gemstones, 14 gemstones.
Nice.
And thank you for the follow, Fargo Walker. Appreciate that.
So, I guess with the gemstones, do we all split that up? You could do that,
Well,
right? Stuff like
I
that.
would
All the-
assume that since this is the family wealth, some of it should go to the child, don't you think?
Or all of it.
Or all of it, exactly. I mean, let's worry about discussing it once we get her back to Hamlet and we can find out what we can do with her.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Going to have to go somewhere. She's too young to fend for herself.
And I bet this would all be good fodder for the RP channel to decide.
Indeed.
Give a big discussion about what to do with the young girl and her inheritance, and who might look after her once you bring her to Hamlet.
I would like to take a closer look at the dagger. You said it's ornate dagger. Is it a? Does it look ceremonial? Does it look like it is just fine quality, or?
It is fine quality. It's imprinted upon the pommel. Is another etching of that triangle.
So probably from the Knolls, or might have been what they were looking for. Okay. If everybody doesn't mind, I will sheathe the dagger at my belt and keep it with me.
I have nothing against that.
Okay.
Fine with that.
Yeah, I guess somebody should hang on to that healing potion. I think
Probably somebody that is typically up in the front and in harm's way would be
Suggestion
sensible.
for that.
I mean,
Yes.
I did take a bad hit earlier, but others took worse.
Well, no, I was just going to say, as a suggestion for that for the potion, if we just keep it generally available and whoever needs it puts down the gold it would be when they take it, pays it back when they return it. That way, rather than us each kicking in the 10 gold, it would be between the 5 of us. 50 gold for a potion-ish, something.
Sure.
But
That
that way,
seems-
whichever one of us gets into a dangerous spot,
Right.
we can throw it at them. Yeah, that sounds fair.
And
For
in
the
a
community.
out of character sort of method, who's actually playing in the next session, which is coming up next week Friday?
Well, the very next session of the campaign, none of you are. But then the one after that, I don't think I have anyone truly confirmed for yet.
Okay, and that's the Monday one?
Yep.
Hey.
And I will start adding people into that a week before the game.
Okay. So then we'll just assign it to whoever, or do we want to just pass it along to the next session?
Why don't we
this
let
way
the
it can
last?
keep moving.
Yeah, that seems like the best.
Why don't we let the last hang on to it? Any who needs it can give her the 50 gold. And that's a good way
Yeah.
for her to get some cash going while we figure out what to do with these gems.
Sure.
Well, is there someone who think there's an appraiser for that sort of thing in Hamlet?
I would assume so.
I would think so. Whoever looked in the barn, it was just like meaty bits in there, right? I'm sort of figuring with the hyenas.
Wait, barn? There's a shed.
The thing over. I thought there would be horses in there. Or horse bits.
So, just given the time, you'll go in there. Someone will have a nasty little thing with a giant spider. There are no horses or anything in there. Everything is fine. You're all healthy and good. You managed to deal with it. But no, you don't. You don't really find anything of note or interest really in the barn.
I come running out. Just burn it with fire.
Nah.
Well, it's still a good homestead. But
Yeah,
and then
No, but the barn has got a giant spider in it. Kill it with fire.
Oh, I can cast a firebolt on it.
Anyway.
So yeah, should we load everything up, rest here the night, and then head for Hamlet in the morn?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good. You're going to be able to do that. There's still some grain in the granary that you'll spend some time kind of bagging up, taking everything out of the cellar, and this will be more than enough to satisfy what the Braumeister needs, at least for a short bit. Unfortunately, his supplier here is gone, so he will have to figure something else out. In the long term, but that is a problem for another day. You long rest, and then you end up hitting the road, and maybe to some disappointment, you didn't quite make it in time to see the festival. By the time you make it back into town, people are kind of cleaning up. But from what you hear, the Braumeister did make good on his promise and brought some libations down for the people, and people are cleaning up. And you can see, let me throw up, because I did put an image of the tree in here, and I better do my plug that I'm getting some of my stuff, some of my material from another Goodman Games book, The Adventurer's Almanac, which is basically a big book that is an adventuring calendar that has like random little things that you could like throw in. And so this festival was something that was in there. So I thought, let's throw a festival in there. That'd be kind of fun. Where is that image? There it is. So you'll see this as you're coming back into like kind of the town square, that there is this large tree that has lots of different gifts hanging from it, mostly what look like bundles of likely foodstuffs that have been hung there, but if you've been paying attention to that RP channel, Humboldt had been talking a little bit with the local woodcutter, and he had suggested that the cobbler probably hang a pair of his shoes up there, whatever people make, whatever they are proud of, to give back and to give thanks to the earth, they hang from this tree this one time a year at the close, or near the close of the harvest. So I think that is where we're gonna basically close it out. Braumeister will you could add to your inventory each that you get a barrel of the Ninth Circle barrel-aged stout. And at some point, maybe we'll hit up a quest to do a delivery of those things, so that you can earn your money and your wealth of that.
I will put in my
Thanks for
I'll
the
just
raid.
put in brackets
I'm Butterbean.
IOU on that because it's not technically made yet.
I would still make a note so that you know that it's there and you don't forget about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm entering it into the inventory, but without weight and explicitly saying, it's not.
Yeah, however you need to handle that is totally cool.
Sure.
Thank you,
and,
Raiders.
definitely.
Proficiency bonus dropping in on us here. We thank you. We're just at the tail end of our session here, so we're just doing. Are you guys really playing? Yeah, we're just doing kind of the housekeeping here at the end of our adventure.
Yeah.
There were a lot of
I've
death
been
saves.
avoiding it.
Yes.
I've been avoiding it
Death
so far, but
saves and
I will
fraud.
definitely be contributing in the RP channel.
Awesome. Yeah, we got I think a fair number of RP discussions that are probably coming out of this one.
And at least somebody's going
yeah.
to have to adjust their character sheet to a movement speed of 20 now.
I did already.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Cali has
Bad items,
Brian, you've got
scout.
your character has the privilege of being the first
Mauled
lingering injury.
character.
Yes.
Wow. Rough honor.
You know, I don't mind being a
better-
pioneer, but that's not exactly what I had in mind.
Hey, look at it this way. Better the first lingering injury than the first death.
That's true. Good.
Oh,
point.
there already was a first death?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
But
Winston's
both
in my
were
next
hella
game.
close.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll make this happen.
Hey,
How fast can I get experience?
Winston's in the next game, and I know how much XP you've got. I'm just saying.
So were
I got to
there
do a little cheering.
any final actions or things that anybody wants to play out before we bring it to a close?
No.
Nothing I can think of.
Once
I was
again,
gonna take a long bath and
yeah,
wash your clothes. That frog ichor all over it.
yeah.
Ichor.
We'll have to invent the Hamlet sauna. So
Sauna and cleaners.
thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all the follows and cheers and raids and everything like that. Thanks even to Winston for the for
No,
the
do not
wandering
thank
monsters.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're coming to a close here. Thanks to Goodman Games for giving us the material a little bit early so we can enjoy it right along with you here on 20 Sides to Every Story. This is what we call our community campaign. So this is a drop in, drop out. We try to get everybody that's a part of our community a chance to be in one of these games if they so choose. We've got these coming up mostly on Fridays, although once in a while we'll throw one out on an odd day. So the best way to keep an eye on the signups is to join our Discord server. We've got a channel in there where I throw up the signups so you can get on the list. I always do let my patrons come on board first, so you can check out the Patreon and see what that gets you in terms of priority for number of games each month. But after that, after they've had their chance, bring it on so that other people can come in on the fun too as we have space. Try to get everyone a chance to play. So with that, we got a fair number of people here. Let's go make someone's day and give a raid. I better refresh my screen here so I actually raid someone that's online.
Somebody
so
that's still playing.
yeah, I always drop it on somebody that's not. So let's go say hi to... Oh, let's see. The gang from Prater's Rejects is online, so let's go say hi to them. Thanks, everybody. We're going to call it a night. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.